Hello, welcome. I am going to do a comparison video of the Tarot of Prague. I have here the new third edition of the Tarot of Prague and the second edition. And I also received the book. I actually was only planning on purchasing the book when I heard that they were only making minor changes to the deck. But I saw some of the photos online of the differences, and it seemed like there were some worthy changes, so I decided to buy both the book and the deck. So I received the package from Prague just a couple days ago, and I've gone through the cards, and I thought that it would be nice to just show the differences. Most of the differences are in the background. As you can see on the box of the second edition, you can see that it's a little blown out in the top part of the picture, and you can see that they have replaced the background with a knight image. So I'm going to just go through them all and show you, and maybe give you some first impressions of well, I guess it'll be second impressions since I've gone through the deck already. But I love this deck. I am a huge fan of collage decks, and specifically this deck is definitely in my top 5 favorite decks. So been waiting for the book. The book has been out of print for a while. When I received this deck, I was unable to get a hold of the book for a price that I wanted to pay. Didn't want to pay $100 for the out of print edition of the book. But anyway, so let's go through. First, I'll just show you the packaging. So this is the second edition. It came in a tuck box. I don't have the first edition, so this is what I have to compare. So we got the tuck box for the second edition. The third edition is the hinged box that all of their decks have been coming in the last few years. So, and then the back. And then the book, I have several of their books, the Victorian Romantic, the Alice Tarot, Victorian Oracle, and this is in that same style. You have the image, and you get a little summary here with the, and this is a little different, and it has a short interpretation instead of the reversals in the other books. There is the fuller interpretation. The keywords are here as well, and then the sources as well for the images. I did notice something in this book as opposed to the other books. There's some typos and editing mistakes, but nothing that is a problem for me. I just noticed in, for example, the death card, they mention that a skeleton has an hourglass, and it's not, there is an hourglass in the second edition, but not in the third edition card. I'll show it to you. They took that out, but I appreciated reading about it since I haven't read the book. So anyway, not too many glaring edits, mistakes, but anyway, let's get to the cards. So the little white book, they're very, very similar. They're very similar, minus like the introduction. But everything that's in the little white book's in the companion manual. So Love this sturdy box. Come in. Okay. So 3rd edition on the right side, 2nd edition on the left side. And a couple things. The cards are exactly the same size. They're 5 by 3 inches. The back is the same as well, minus the color, so you can see. Although the back has the cold stamped metallic overlay. So these editions of the Tarot of Prague have this metallic overlay through the cards. Most are gold and silver, and I've noticed that there are other colors, but that might have to do with the color underneath the overlay. But there you go. So I wanted to show you the extra cards. So the standard deck, so there's a jumbo deck that comes in like a set that's signed, and that one came with an extra Lovers card, but the standard came with an extra Death and Sun card. I'm not sure what the jumbo deck came with, but so these are from the standard deck, and I'll compare them with the other cards, the 2nd edition, when we go through them. And the extra card on the 2nd edition was the Prudence card. Okay, so the first thing that you notice is, well, maybe not the first thing, but the borders on the 2nd edition, the white borders are larger than on this 3rd edition. So the image is just slightly bigger, which is lovely. And you can already see how it's more saturated in the background. And most of the card changes are really minimal, like this card. So you can see that they've added a couple towers in this edition. Sorry about the focusing. And I'm going to try and tilt some of the cards so you can see the cold stamped metallic overlay is what they're calling that. So let's go through the major arcanas first. I love the changes in the book cover here, the columns, the lace veil. I noticed that through the deck, the cards that have sculptures and statues, they've colored, and it really brings them to life. Really in liking those changes. See all that gold overlay on this one? Beautiful. Here's one where the background's a little more obviously changed. I do like it. I prefer it to the 2nd edition. changes are, there's one change. It's the lemniscate, the sideways infinity sign. They made a little lighter on the strength card. We can almost play the game of find the changes with the different decks, but I'll leave that to you. Hoping that tilting the card will help you see where that metallic overlay is in the card. This is just in the skirt and the scales and the sword. Alright, here are the death cards. So here's where skeleton with the hourglasses in the second edition, but they've removed it with this one. And then the alternate death card. This looks exactly the same. Some of the overlay is lighter, some of it's brighter on that. That's really wonderful. They could make it dynamic like that. Here's the moon. I just love it. Even though the second edition, it does look like a nighttime scene, that sky is a bit blown out. And having the moon, of course, we got the sun. Second, third, and then the alternate that comes with the standard size. Looks like it's a, this is a combination of these two. So the second edition image, for image, and the background. Lovely. You can see some of the metallic overlay on the wings, and it looks blue. I wonder if it's a silver overlay and it just looks like a blue overlay because of the ink behind it. I don't know. Very cool. Victory wreath has that. Now the wands. There's another example where the sculpture is colored in, and wow, that just really makes that image pop to life. I just love this Ten of Wands. Such an amazing card. I love that image. The Knight of Wands with the astrological clock. And the cups. Beautiful. To the swords. And you look really close at the towers to my right. Those have been shifted. Love it. Wow, this one almost looks like it could be in the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. Lovely. And now the Pentacles. And there are all of the cards from the second and the third edition of the Tarot of Prague. I hope that was helpful or entertaining or of value. I am really happy they decided to reprint the deck since it's been out of print for a long time. I know that a lot of people have been dying to get their hands on this deck. So I'm happy to have a backup. I will continue to use the second edition. I do enjoy the changes. They are minor, but the changes that I did see, I really enjoyed. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment if there were cards that you thought that made a great improvement, or cards that you wish they hadn't changed. What you think of the deck and how long you've been using it. Do you have the first edition? And is that edition, I know it's a different size, but if you got the first edition and the third edition, tell me your thoughts on the differences of that. So thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.